If I had to rank all the programming languages I've used over the course of my career, here's where I would put each of them and why I would put each of them in that spot. The first one is PHP. I'm going to put PHP at a B rank. A lot of people hate on PHP. People think it's, trash. They don't like the syntax. They think that, when you use it with other developers, it's hard to maintain. It used to have a lot of problems. A lot of those problems have been solved with modern PHP as far as like optimization and how the language works and inconsistencies in the language. But I made a lot of money with PHP. I've done a lot of server-side scripting. It's an excellent server-side rendering scripting language where you can write quick scripts on a web server and to deliver some sort of task without having to set up a crazy environment. And it just runs a lot of the web. Like WordPress built off PHP, Facebook was built off of PHP. I've just had a pretty good experience with PHP. So I'm gonna put it at a B, not quite A because everybody hates it so much, but I'm gonna at least put it at a B. The next one is C#. I'm gonna put C# at an A rank because C# is a beautiful language. It was basically developed by Microsoft after Java, and it takes a lot from Java, but it just cleans it up as far as the verbosity of the language, meaning how much you have to type to get the same result. You just don't type as much in C#. It's statically typed, so the debugging is great. It's a compiled language. It's very clean language. It has a lot built into ASP.NET is what I used to use, and now .NET Core. Very clean language, very powerful server-side language especially. And now you can build apps with it too. I don't know if many people do, but you can build apps with it as well. I believe with what they call, is it MOA, something like that. And the next one I gotta rank is Java. I'm gonna put Java at a C rank. A B rank. Put Java at a B rank because it's not quite C#, but it is a powerful enterprise server-side language that built a lot of companies that I guess like a lot of these boring tech companies that need tech built behind them in an enterprise level have used Java. Statically typed, object-oriented language, powerful language. It's just very verbose, man. It's just, you just type a lot for the same thing, and it just doesn't look as pretty and isn't as fun to use to me as C#, even though those languages are very similar. And they just have a few differences that make me put it into B instead of A. The next one is Objective-C. And if you've been around long enough, Objective-C is what Apple used to use in iOS apps. And early on when I was developing iOS apps, I had to use Objective-C to code it. And Objective-C was just not great to use. Like, it's just, the syntax just looks so much, at least when I entered into programming, the syntax is so much different from everything else. It's not intuitive. You got to look things up all the time. It's hard to memorize the syntax. It's the flow of execution, just how things flow, and debugging the code just wasn't as simple and easy as other languages. I did not enjoy using that language, and just the way that you do things like inheritance and some of these other things, I don't know. It just seems like it was made harder than it needed to be. And that's a good reason, I think, why they developed the Swift programming language, which is the next one. And I'm going to put Objective-C in, I'm going to put it in the C. I'm going to put it in the D. I'm going to put it in the D rank. And then the next one I'm going to go over is Swift is what they made after Objective-C. And for them to change the whole language of their developing iOS apps means that I probably am right about Objective-C. Like, it's too low level compared to all these other higher level languages out here. And so I think they moved on to Swift and made it a lot more friendlier to use. And I'm not going to go deep into it, but Swift is definitely a lot cleaner. I didn't use it for long because I ended up switching to the next language, but Swift was definitely better. I had a better experience with Swift. The last language that I'm going to rank is JavaScript. So JavaScript is, I'm going to put it in the S tier. And the reason I'm putting in the S tier, popularity, the number of frameworks and options that you have, dynamically typed, but there are ways to get around the issues of being dynamically typed. There's advantages to being dynamically typed, but there are also issues that can make it hard to debug and maintain the code with a team. But you can use TypeScript, which is a superset of JavaScript, a superset language of JavaScript that you can use to make it easier to maintain it, type all the variables, and make it easier to, know what the types of variables are and not have those typing and runtime issues. So, there's a lot of frameworks for it. You can run it on the back end with Node, with Express. You can run it as a server-side language, which makes it very flexible you can just know JavaScript and do a lot of things with it. You can also develop mobile apps for React Native and some other frameworks. It's just really dynamic language, and it's very easy for people to learn, for people to jump in. Everybody has a computer, everybody has a browser, and you literally can open the browser console, developer tools, and just start running JavaScript and see what you're doing from right there. You don't need a crazy environment to run JavaScript. You just need a browser, which makes it very easy to get into and start learning JavaScript. And it makes it a very good starting beginner language. The last one I'm going to do is Python. And I'm going to give Python A tier for a lot of the reasons that JavaScript, it's more tailored toward machine learning and tailored toward scripting and tailored toward, there's a lot of things. You can build web apps and things with it, but that's a lot of the application I've seen. I haven't used Python that much in my career. It's mostly for scripting, writing scripts for different purposes. So like tools that I'm using for development, tools I'm using for CI/CD, just general scripts that I'm creating for whatever purpose. And I will say it's very easy to pick up, dynamically typed, a very clean syntax, very easy for people to kind of jump in and learn it. And it's very popular. It's probably the most popular language right now, even above JavaScript. I think it dethroned JavaScript a couple years ago. So I'm gonna give Python A tier. I'm gonna put the Python in the A category. And that's pretty much all the languages. Let me know what your ranks are, which ones you disagree with, which ones you agree with, and I'll see you in the next video.